Get going, please. We just need Yanni. Okay, so they're just working on some new wording. Effectively, the way Yanni had put it. Oh no, sorry, we're not at that one yet.
Shall we get Helen to explain it? So?
Yeah. I just want to say the one that's rolled out first.
Yeah, who did that? Okay.
Yeah. Yanni's coming.
You don't. Alright. Are you okay to explain?
Cool.
Get out.
Okay, so Yanni is coming.
We've just passed your amendment failure.
We've sped up Gloucester Street. Okay. All right. So before we, so we've had as you do, the team have had a look at it over the break. Helen, do you want to just update us on where things are at after talking with Yanni?
Thank you, Chair. The amendment as proposed did create a number of issues from a decision-making perspective under the Local Government Act in terms of the impact on other decisions yet to be made, contingent decisions, and other processes, and the deliverability angle, which Lynette Ellis had already informed the committee prior to the break in terms of actually what could be achieved by June 2024. So as a result of that, it would have been my advice to rule out of order the amendment as currently drafted. However, through discussions, hopefully what is coming up on the screen is an alternative which is capable of being debated.
So can everyone see that up there? And Yanni and Phil, yeah, Phil's happy with it. Yanni, you're happy with it?
Yeah, I mean, I think the key thing is to signal to staff that we see the CRAF as a high priority. And yeah, obviously we've got the draft annual plan stuff happening next week. So yeah.
Cool. Okay, so what I'm kind of what would be useful, David, how do you want to do this? Do you want to
mover and seconder of the substantive?
Okay, so I'm happy to move the substantive. James is happy to second it.
Did we want to just incorporate it, or?
Well, I'm comfortable to incorporate it. And yeah.
Pauline's got a question.
Oh, Pauline's got a question. Yep.
Thank you, Leah. Request that staff acknowledges this priority through the rephrasing process. Does that mean, is that instructing us to rephrase it? Or could we put the word in through the potential rephasing?
Yeah, so we've already got a mover and seconder for that.
Well, I mean, I need to know which way to vote on it, because if this is telling us that we're going to rephase to prioritise that, I wouldn't support it.
Well, I think that's what it's saying.
Right, so that's what it is saying.
Yeah, it's saying staff acknowledge it's a priority through the rephrasing process. So I think the sentiment that Yanni picked up was we need to be speeding it up, and they'll look at that as they work on the draft capital program to bring back to us. Yeah.
Tim, to rephase it. Okay.
Cool. Sarah and then Tim.
Thanks. Probably a question for staff on it. When it comes to transport, the transport program and prioritisation, my understanding is that we look at it from a city perspective and we prioritise things that are in poor condition, of high use, more important to the network and things higher than other projects, and that these CRAF projects hadn't reached a priority to be part of the 10-year program originally, but now they are in, and they have potentially already pushed back other projects when it comes to deliverability. Is that right?
Transport program, as all of our work programs are prioritised with a number of factors. Transport in particular bases around condition, and I will put more of this up for you on our briefing that's coming up on Friday. There are a number of factors. Condition is one of them. The use of the street and the requirements for the street are another one. The craft projects are in our program, and we are moving forward with them. I wouldn't actually, I couldn't sit here today and say they have or haven't pushed other things out.
Yeah.
It is, we have juggled the workload across a range of works. This is Treasury and council and staff have worked together to understand how we can make these areas a little bit better and a little bit more livable for the people that are part of these communities.
Yeah.
Okay, Tim?
Thank you. The key issue is the ability, the capacity to fulfil everything that's required. So rephasing, so requests the staff acknowledge this priority through the rephasing process of annual plans. So that's a polite way of saying that some of the other things have to get pushed out of the way to let these happen. That's a polite way of putting it, really, isn't it?
Or the other way to look at it is that staff will acknowledge that if you say this is a high priority to our communities, then we will acknowledge that and what we're trying to juggle, and we'll have that conversation with you through the annual plan process.
Cool. Any other questions on Aaron and then Yanni?
Just the ongoing use of the term craft. Can we at least drop the
Oh,
A-word?
Aaron, I'm not worried about that today. Yeah, no.
Well,
Yanni?
I'll get you a dictionary for Christmas, eh?
Just wanted to check, do we have any written agreements with Treasury or with government about delivering to certain timeframes on this? And
Lynette.
also just wanted to know if there's a sort of communications plan, because Lynette put up the slide.
No, stop.
No,
No,
can I just
Yanni,
finish?
Yanni, I'm chairing it. Stop. We've gone round in circles on this. We've landed on a point where we're putting something to the council, which literally instructs them to do what you've asked. So I think we've been through the craft funding, or certainly in my time here, numerous times with the appropriate timelines. We have a whole communications department that will communicate. I do not want to go round and round again. So no more questions. We're going to put the do you want it incorporated, or do you want to put it separately as an amendment? Okay, so we're going to vote. What I'd like to do, see that we've got
Can I
3
just
and 4.
Can I just get an answer to the question around
No,
central government?
Yanni, I've shut it down. Stop. We've given you at least an hour of questioning this morning on your own, and we have had staff work over the break to get to an outcome that suits you. We are not going to do this for the whole term, so you will stop. Right. So 3 and 4. So maybe we just put, because everyone agrees it's a high priority, we'll just put, maybe we put 4 as a separate one, and we include 1, 2, and 3 in the substantive. So, oh, sorry, there's no 2 now. So we'll go, we'll just get David to update it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we'll debate the amendment first. Okay, so we'll debate the amendment first. So does anyone wish to debate the amendment? Pauline and Yanni. So Pauline.
Yeah, thank you. Look, I understand the intention of this, and I think the member does feel frustrated with the length of time, but it's actually not that long. It's not that long till a lot of these are completed. They are in process now, and the construction time sits within that time frame as well. So I'm quite happy with Lynette's answers to the questions that she gave, and I think that the resolution leaves us exposed to just guessing what might be rephased. I don't think we need this resolution. I think we're perfectly capable of dealing with this through the annual plan without a resolution. So I'm not going to support it today, and I fully respect Lynette and her team in delivering these things along with our BAU program in a timely way and under the challenging circumstances that we're in. And I think it's meddling in operations and management for us to be trying to push this through when we've been told that it's sitting where it should be. So I'm not supporting this today, and I know that we can have an opportunity through the annual plan if we wish to rephase anything. Thank you.
Yanni.
Yeah, I wish to speak in support of this. In fact, to quote a councillor who said at the time that the investment case was done, this investment will alleviate incredible amounts of stress that people are feeling when their local roads and footpaths are in such poor condition. This work has identified the areas that will give the greatest benefit to the community wellbeing and accelerate our regeneration. And that was from Councillor Pauline Cotter from the Christchurch City Council. We have had the CRAF projects on our budget. We have had this investment case signed off by government, and we have been doing work on it, but it has been far too slow, in my view, for something that was supposed to be accelerated and make a difference in our local communities. Some of the projects here are about safety. The Linwood Ave slip lane, for example, in my area, is a school that's been rebuilt and has got a huge safety problem with Linwood Ave. It just seems like we need to get on and get it done. Likewise, to wait 2 years after the new opening of the new Linwood College, Te Aratai, is just, to me, makes no sense at all. The students are going to that college already, and we have projects to try and make it a safer place for those students, and I think we just need to prioritise it. So there should be no surprise to anyone that these projects were supposed to be accelerated. They were given special funding from central government to deliver, and they actually need to be done as soon as possible. They're overdue, and I don't think having them delayed any further is acceptable to either the council or the local community. The reality for us as councillors is we need to prioritise what we do when we're constrained. This is not a new request. This has been repeated requests for information around how we can achieve this. It's been going back at least a year around the CRAF projects. So I support recognising this as a high priority, and I support us considering what resources are required to get it delivered in the time frame that we've set with our communities.
Thank you, Chair. While I completely support number 3 and acknowledging that the CRAF projects are a high priority, as we noticed that most of, or actually a lot of those projects were in the Riccarton ward, and there is no argument that those streets really need something done to them. But what I cannot do within any part of me is support number 4 on the basis of chopping and changing to prioritise someone's ward over another. And that is something that I'm really not in support of. And we know, and staff know, as they are the professionals, they are the experts on what needs to be prioritised because they're out there quite a lot. And as do we, we're all a part of the community. I completely support number 3, but cannot support number 4.
Thank you. I totally concur with Councillor Harrison-Hunt. The word rephasing is really concerning. We've gone through a process. We've been consulted at our community board level, and suddenly we come here and some of it changes or wants to change. It's really clear the timing on this, and yes, it's taken a long time to get here, but staff haven't been sitting on their butts. They've been working really hard with a number of other things. We've got a whole lot of safety concerns in all of our wards, and they are being dealt with. There are a lot of work going on. No one mentions about the staff working and what they've done and achieved so far. There is absolutely no way I will be supporting number 4 because I don't know whose ward will be rephased. Yeah, cut, literally. It's a nice way of saying cut. So it would be so wrong of me to put my ward in front of others, and it's just unacceptable. So I will be supporting 1 and 3, although I'm fully aware that the staff are aware of the situation, but there's no way I will be supporting number 4. Thank you.
I don't support number 2, which obviously has been superseded by number 4. I actually am fine with the wording of it, so I will actually support it, although I think that as councillors we know that we should be prioritising this, as Councillor Johansson said, through the annual plan process, and that is what we'll do. And just remember that prioritising means dealing with things according to their relative importance, so we can't just look at one thing and then forget everything else. So we just need to look at it as a whole, and I think that is what 4 is actually saying, so I'm actually happy with that.
Yeah, thanks very much. I'm going to support this. I guess, we were part of the issue out in the east was that our new board, when all this information came to us, thought that we could have a lot more influence than we were actually able to in the end, I guess that slowed the process down. There were lots of back and forths in terms of questions about what we could prioritise and how we would prioritise it. So I just felt that it could have been done an awful lot quicker if we'd have had better advice right from the start. So it did kind of drag things out. So I think the learning is that the communication needs to be better early on in this type of situation. I would like to see some of the projects in the east prioritised because I feel that we had quite an impact over there in terms of roading. But I am going to support 3 now, I do believe. Yeah.
The main thing I want to do here is we have been given, thank you very much, $40 million from the government. We seem to be just putting that to one side and not spending it. It's free money. Our ratepayers haven't had to pay for it. And I'd like to see CRAF instead of BAU. And that's why number 4, I think, is going a little way towards that. So we've got ratepayers' money that has been spent on BAU, and we've got this $40 million that I do recall about 2 years ago, the previous mayor was mentioning that about the third word being accelerated to their previous head of transport, saying, and gave them a wee bit of a carry up. So I'm just saying that that's the only reason I really want to get that in there, to get some movement. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I concur with Mayor Major's comment there that this $40 million is not impacting on the ratepayers anything other than the sequencing of the works, as opposed to the other works which does have the impact on rates. So I will be supporting that clause 3 there, simply on the fact that we need to get this accelerated and happening as soon as we can to help try and spend that money that the government has kindly given us to get these projects done for the good of our communities.
Thank you. I'd like to concur with the sentiments expressed by Councillor Harrison-Hunt and Councillor Scandrett, and I do acknowledge that these are a priority as recognised there in number 2, but I wish to recognise and reinforce that so much of our work is also a priority, and I'm satisfied that the prioritisation discussions are going to form part of our annual plan discussions, but I am also very mindful of the fact that deliverability is a big issue for us. So I won't be supporting number 3, but I will be supporting number 2.
Kia ora. I won't be supporting this, and I just reiterate the comments of Councillor Henstock, who summed it up perfectly. Councillor Scandrett, Councillor Harrison-Hunt, I absolutely concur with their comments, and I can't add anything to it. So thanks, Victoria. That really summed it up perfectly for me.
Okay, just really briefly, I will support Yanni's amendment because I think it's actually the very beginning of an annual plan process. So I think the point of these meetings are literally to identify issues, and if someone does say, actually, we want to make this a priority, like we're all acknowledging, then actually it is our ability to do that. So I think we've got to a better position than putting a hard and fast deadline onto Lynette and the team. I think this will still be a really challenging issue for them to deliver, but I can't see any harm in prioritising that today. This may be a priority over the coming days as we work through the capital plan as we do next year. It may get bumped out again as we make the choices, but I think for the purpose of what we're doing today, I'm more than happy to support it. So I'm happy to put that to a vote, and we'll just see if it's close or not. So all in favour say aye.
Which one?
Oh, sorry, 3. Yeah. Just Yanni's amendment. Request staff acknowledge this priority through the... Yes, yeah, it's just been tidied up. So we'll put 3 to the vote. All in favour say aye. Aye. Against? No. We'll have a division on that.
Okay. The Mayor. Aye. Councillor or Deputy Mayor Cotter. No. Councillor Peters.
Yes.
Councillor Harrison-Hunt.
No.
Councillor Coker.
Yes.
Councillor Field.
No.
Councillor Donaldson. Oh, she is on Zoom.
Celeste, you even just raise your thumb if you want, or down.
Sorry, is this 2 or 3?
This is 3. The amendment.
Amendment.
No.
That's no.
No.
Okay, thank you. Councillor Henstock. No. Councillor Moore.
No.
Councillor Goff.
Yes.
Councillor Johansson. Yes. Councillor Kean.
Yes.
Councillor McDonald.
Yes.
Councillor Barber.
Yes.
Councillor McClellan.
No.
Councillor Scandrett.
No.
Councillor Templeton. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 against.
Do you want to just double check that?
So we had the mayor was a yes. The other yeses we had Councillor Peters, Councillor Coker, Councillor Goff, Councillor Johansson, Councillor Kean, Councillor McDonald, Councillor Barber, Councillor Scandrett.
No, Tim was against.
The no.
Nearly, Yanni. Yeah. So that motion is lost.
It's lost. Sorry.
Yeah. No problem. Good to. But I'll bear that in mind next time, David, when I need something. Okay. So that motion is lost. Can we put the substantive now? All in favour, say aye. Against. It's carried. Great. Thank you very much, and thank you, Lynette and Helen, for working out a way forward there.